Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Central Saanich Fire is working to find the cause of a fire in Brentwood Bay that badly damaged a catering business. The fire broke out last night just steps away from a restaurant that was destroyed by fire a few weeks ago. Corey Sidaway reports.
With the smell of smoke lingering in the air, on the outside, the only visual signs of a fire are discarded water hoses and a window possibly cracked from the heat.
I guess the best way I can describe it is it would be extensive damage inside the building.
At around 7:30 last night, Central Saanich Fire responded less than a block away from its main station to a fire at Truffles Catering.
It was heavy smoke, and then there was a lot of fire inside of the actual catering building.
It comes just 3 weeks after another major fire took place just steps away at Garden Fork Restaurant. Just yesterday, Central Saanich Police issued a plea for witnesses as it continues to look into its cause. And despite the proximity of these two fires, the fire chief considers them completely separate incidents. As Garden Fork sits fully destroyed and Truffles heavily damaged, so far neither fire has been labeled as suspicious. I spoke with Truffles Catering Management on the phone today. They're swamped trying to find solutions to get their catering out the door for this weekend for their clients. Beyond that, they say the community has been fantastic in working with them, trying to find solutions for the summer and beyond for their kitchen needs. A silver lining, the business Truffles Catering shares a wall with, and their critters,
Mango the flamingo is still alive and well.
Are all safe.
There he is.
Oh, he's looking studly.
We had to see for ourselves. Despite having to cut the feed for the building's gas and water, no butterflies, turtles, flamingos, or humans were harmed here.
Meantime, a fire at a mid-island recycling facility disrupted service to thousands of homes north of Nanaimo this week. As Sky Ryan reports, officials believe a lithium battery is the culprit.
This truckload of recycling entering a mid-island collection yard on Friday appears harmless, but what it carries in from neighboring recycling bins can be anything but.
We've seen a lot of fires happening in collection vehicles, at facilities that receive materials.
This fire on Wednesday at the Parksville Waste Connection facility on Spring Hill Road is suspected to be caused by something that never should have been placed in a recycling bin.
It was most likely started potentially by a lithium-ion battery.
Lithium-ion batteries are increasingly a staple of everyday life now, but they are also very dangerous if mishandled. When they lose charge, people are placing them in recycling bins, but the Regional District of Nanaimo Solid Waste Manager says they should never do that.
Ion lithium batteries can spark or overheat if they're damaged, crushed.
Crushing is one of the first things that happens when recycling is emptied from bins and enters these trucks. According to Arrington's fire chief, crews were called to this Parksville area facility that contracts recycling collection for the Regional District of Nanaimo. At 8:30 Wednesday morning, the fire ended up burning about half of this structure of plastic and steel that is the size of a football field, and fire crews had to remain on scene for close to 12 hours.
If you've ever burned paper before, it gets into it. It'll smolder and just sit there until it's exposed to air, and it'll flare up again. So we had to actually take a loader and empty the whole building and slowly water it down and move it around.
So officials are urging people to recycle their batteries at designated drop-offs to avoid more dangerous fires like this one. The Regional District of Nanaimo will be picking up any recycling missed due to this fire on Saturday.
RCMP are investigating after a man was stabbed near Port Place Mall in Nanaimo last night. Police say there were a number of people around when the attack happened around 8:30 across from the Front Street bus exchange, and officers found a man with a stab wound to his arm. The victim received first aid at the scene before being taken to hospital. Investigators are looking for witnesses or anyone who has video, including of any suspicious activity in the area at the time. 30-year-old Paris LaRoche has had her conviction appeal dismissed. The Nanaimo woman was found guilty of murdering her boyfriend, Sidney Manti, and then dismembering him and disposing of his remains at beaches and public washrooms across Nanaimo in 2020. She argued the judge made an error by rejecting her claims that she acted in self-defense from his abuse. But the appeals judge found no errors were made when the trial judge found her actions were motivated by vengeance. LaRoche was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 12 years. BC's police watchdog has cleared Vic PD of any potential offenses after a single vehicle crash left 2 people injured last year. The crash happened when police reportedly spotted a black sedan driving down the wrong side of the road near Esquimalt and Tyee roads. Police say they tried to pull over the car, but the sedan fled and crashed a short time later near the Vic West skate park on Esquimalt Road. At the time, Vic PD said the driver and a passenger in the vehicle both suffered minor injuries. Well, the city of Courtenay has cut the ribbon on a brand new bridge for safe travel between both sides of the Courtenay River. But locals say the massive price tag shows that officials are out of touch. Here's Eden Chipperfield.
It's a project 20 years in the making. Today, the city of Courtenay is celebrating the opening of a new pedestrian and cycling bridge across the Courtenay River.
This was a grassroots, community-driven idea. All sorts of people got involved, architects, engineers, and just people who saw the vision of what this bridge can be.
Many are applauding the new, safer way to cross.
I think there's a lot of good reasons to have it. It'll reduce congestion on the other bridge and keep cyclists safer and pedestrians.
But it hasn't come without controversy, largely involving the price tag, which ballooned from $6.8 million in 2024 to more than $11 million a year later.
As a council, we had to make a really tough decision last year. As with any project, there are cost escalations, and when the price went up, we had to make the decision.
The decision was to greenlight the project with the help of $5.5 million in federal and provincial grants, but for some, the outside funding still doesn't make the massive price tag any easier to swallow.
The money they spent on the bridge, it could have been spent in much better ways.
This petition was set up in 2025 and garnered more than 2,300 signatures. It accused council of being disconnected in a time where many are facing financial strain.
I think it's a great idea to have a path, but they could have done things differently where it didn't cost as much money, like adding on to Fifth Street Bridge or whatever.
We need to start having conversations, two-way conversations about how money is spent here and taxes.
Some have shown up to protest at the celebration today, the conflict escalating.
I had one bylaw officer threaten to have me arrested, even though I wasn't blocking anyone. That was their direction, don't block anyone, stay out of the way. So I followed their direction. And then as everybody moved up the bridge, I moved behind them, and then he threatened to have me arrested.
But despite the division, this bridge is now complete earlier than planned, and the mayor says likely at least a little under budget. Final numbers aren't expected for a few more months.
Princess Rescue 909, request you turn right at the green.
Crews from 19-wing Comox were called to airlift a sick passenger from the Royal Princess cruise ship off the west coast of Vancouver Island last week. On June 19th, a Cormorant helicopter and Kingfisher plane from 442 Squadron were called. 2 search and rescue techs were lowered onto the ship. The patient was then brought to hospital in Victoria. The same team was called yesterday to airlift an injured tugboat operator from Butte Inlet. Well, the Salvation Army in Nanaimo is set to move people into the New Hope Center. It will have 34 shelter beds and a commercial kitchen, hoping to fill an urgent need in the city. Here's Maurice Zeidler.
The rooms are bare and the hallways could use some decorating, but Bern Muller is proud to show off this space.
This is one of our dorms. The dorms in our facility are different sizes to promote social interactions.
This building is an extension of the New Hope Center in downtown Nanaimo. It's been 4 years in the making. Muller says it will provide greatly needed services for the mid-Vancouver Island city, including 34 new shelter beds.
I think that the 34 beds are a very impactful number because they are a transition. They're a place for people to come in, to land, to receive supports, and to hopefully move in a trajectory towards wellness. That's a really, really important impact within the city's homelessness situation.
This new building includes new offices, counseling rooms, and even a patio.
There will be a gazebo installed tomorrow, and then there's a bit of an outdoor garden space on the top.
But for Muller, the crown jewel of the building is this new location and dining space. Soon it will offer 3 meals a day to a total of 68 guests, as well as coffee and soup in the afternoon for folks dropping by.
So the kitchen in a home is kind of the heart of the home. And in our facility, this state-of-the-art commercial kitchen will be producing food for all of our registered guests.
The guests at the current building are also excited about the new facility.
Kind of feels like Christmas, honestly.
Troy Myers has been living at the New Hope Center's original location since February. He says the 34 new shelter beds won't go to waste.
It's definitely a need. You can see it when you walk through the streets. There are lots of people that are a little more hard off than they should be.
Muller says he expects to get the building's occupancy license by the end of June, allowing the Salvation Army to help those in need for years to come.
Well, some sad news to pass along. Quattro, the tiny emu chick born with 4 legs, has died. Back to Nature Acres Farm posting on Facebook that the chick's health began to decline rapidly this weekend, and the kindest thing to do was to put him out of his misery. The post says Quattro was happy and thriving for almost 15 days, which was more than they hoped for. They thank those who offered to help, including designing 3D printed leg braces and working on a surgery plan.
I'm Tess Van Straten, and your last weekend of June forecast is coming up soon. But first, here's a look at weather around the world. A mostly cloudy but hot 34 in Nice, France, as the historic European heat wave continues. 29 and cloudy in Nagoya, Japan, and some showers in 18 in Newcastle, Australia.
Weather around the world is brought to you by ComSense Cabinets. Designed for your space, built for your life. This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Bathfitter. Book your free consultation at bathfitter.com.
Charlie's having a friend over.
Oh. Yo, we brought chips.
Just a few more kids.
Enjoy.
You know we can see you, right?
Could you kick a bottle off the top of my head?
Yeah.
Get into the action. Upgrade your Sundays with the BLT.
Most fun anyone could ever have.
Bold takes.
Take the train over the mountain. Come on, Raph.
Legendary laughs.
Why is there a kitchen on the Piccolo?
I know.
Join Jordan Cunningham for the Big League treatment. Sundays on CHEK News at 5. Brought to you by Island Canadian Tire Stores. Proud supporter of Jumpstart. Because when kids can play, we all win.
People live out of the house for many reasons. Relocation, insurance, corporate stays, even medical. At Victoria Suites, we take everything to the next level to make our guests feel immediately comfortable. We're totally furnished with exceptional service. Our suites are beautifully appointed, come well stocked, and have a pre and post inspection. If our guests need anything, we're literally minutes away to serve them 24/7. We want you to feel like you matter, because you do. Victoria Suites, live like home.
Take control of your health and well-being with Basics and Beyond Wellness, the destination medical, aesthetic, and therapeutic wellness clinic in Victoria and Parksville. Science-backed treatments, real results, incontinence, male and female sexual wellness, discoloration and scars, hair restoration, facial rejuvenation, injury repair, IV therapy, hormone health, and TMS therapy. Visit basicsandbeyondwellness.com today.
Venezuelans took the search for missing loved ones into their own hands today in the aftermath of back-to-back earthquakes, citing the scarcity of government rescuers as the human toll of the disaster climbed to at least 920 dead and more than 51,000 missing. Some international rescue groups have started to arrive in the country. The hope is that those crews and the heavy machinery they brought with them will be able to get access to those trapped. This in a country with a history of relatively recent major earthquakes.
It is suspected that there was the magnitude 7.2 first, and then about 40 seconds later, the magnitude 7.5 happened. And it will take a while to untangle exactly what happened, but that is one suspicion, is that the first one triggered the second one.
Breland says these doublet earthquakes, those that happen in twos, can't be predicted, but it's something we should be prepared for here in BC, saying not only could there be a doublet, but likely large aftershocks as well.
I mean, it is literally stripped down to the studs and barely held together.
Prime Minister Mark Carney has outlined the government's plan to restore 24 Sussex Drive. Rooms that once hosted world leaders are now filled with asbestos warnings and rodent traps. Carney's plan is to launch a design competition and paying for it by crowdfunding through a nonpartisan charity. The Conservatives say they're skeptical, but the Liberals say there will be a cap on donations and corporations will be banned. No timeline is set. Carney says he won't be living there, but this will be for future prime ministers. Well, when you teach at the same school for 28 years, it can become your identity. So in his final year of teaching, a Vic High instructor decided to change his identity every day. Here's Jordan Cunningham.
When we talk about retiring teachers, we often talk about big shoes to fill. So here we go. For 28 years, Dale Sakayama has taught English and Japanese at Vic High. Dale is not like other teachers.
I like how we're just pretending that's not happening.
Yeah. Well, we're so used to it. We're so absolutely used to it.
Nothing to see here, just 7'6" basketball giant Yao Ming going for a stroll through 150-year-old Vic High's hallowed halls. Consider this his victory lap. As to why Yao was striding through the empty halls, well, it's because the only costume Dale had yet to pack up. It's the ultimate attention grabber, but Mr. Sakayama didn't think a TV camera would be in his classroom on his very last day before retirement.
This was not at all something I expected.
That's your actual staff photo.
But when you hatch a remarkable year-long plan to bring light, levity, and joy to a school and actually pull it off, people notice. It all started day one when Aladdin popped out of the bottle. Dale dedicated a different costume for every day of the school year. No repeats.
General school year is about 200 days.
Lesson planning is one thing, costume planning is another. He broke it down to the 5 days of the week. Mondays were suit days.
Tuesday was inflatable. Wednesday was wig Wednesday. Thursday was like a full-on costume. Friday was hat and glasses.
But no matter the getup, students never got a day off.
I'm still giving out discipline.
How would one discipline a student and be stern while wearing a little Orphan Annie costume?
Carefully.
And if there's a message to students, it's that having the coolest shoes doesn't mean happiness.
You could wear whatever you want.
Be whatever you want.
And yes.
And if you want to be 7'6" Hogwarts caretaker Hagrid, well, you do that. Vic High's real-life caretaker is a big fan.
I've got an album on my phone. Yeah.
Turns out he wasn't the only fan on staff. At the last staff meeting of the year, Dale never saw it coming.
They just kept coming and coming.
The whole staff in costume, in tribute. And well, it's nice to get your bouquets.
It couldn't compare to that kind of gesture.
It's a memory he's packing up along with everything else.
Think your wife's okay with us going in the living room?
Definitely not the bedroom.
And he's off to the next stage.
I'm Tess Van Stratton with your last weekend of June forecast and beyond. So after record-breaking heat on Vancouver Island this week, the cooler trend continues. Risk of thunderstorms tonight for the North Island and periods of rain tomorrow morning, and then a 40% chance of showers after that. Cloudy but dry for Sunday. Mix of sun and clouds, so some sunshine for you Monday with a small chance of showers. Clouding over on Tuesday, and then a pretty good chance of shower activity for Canada Day before more showers on Thursday. Central Island as well, a couple of chances of precipitation in the forecast, which is good news. So tonight there's a thunderstorm risk and mainly cloudy conditions with a 60% chance of showers, then into a mix of sun and cloud, just a small chance of showers on Saturday, above 20 degrees for at least the next few days. Lots of sunshine Sunday and a mix of sun and cloud Monday, sunny and nice on Tuesday. And then for Canada Day, cooler conditions with a small chance of shower activity, 60% chance of showers for Thursday. For the South Island, we're also looking at a chance of showers for at least a couple days in the next few days. So becoming partly cloudy tonight, wind by the strait in particular from the west up to about 60 kilometers an hour, into a mix of sun and clouds Saturday. So some sunshine in store Saturday and Sunday. Sunday we do have a small chance of drizzle, partly sunny conditions for Monday as well, but clouding over Tuesday, cooler and cloudy for Canada Day, and then a small chance of showers Thursday.
The Canadian dollar was up nearly a tenth to 70.49 US. The TSX increased just under 130 points. The Dow was off about 45. The Nasdaq fell about 61 points. Gold added 48.70 an ounce, and oil was off $2.69 to $69.23 a barrel.
BC's best late model stock car drivers return to Saratoga Speedway June 27th to the 28th for the Gary Marcus Trucking Battle of Black Creek. 2 125-lap races. Tickets at saratogaracing.ca. Saratoga Speedway, Vancouver Island's home of speed.
Lease the all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee Hybrid from 2.99% for up to 24 months on all models.
For all seniors 55 years and older, live at the attractive Legion Manor. Enjoy 5 acres of park-like setting on the beautiful Saanich Peninsula. Assisted living from $3,025 a month. All suites have balcony or patio access. Friendly staff, great amenities, and delicious meals.
I walk every morning. It's like living in an old English village. Beautiful.
Legion Manor, such a great place to call home. Assisted living from $3,025 a month.
I understand. That's okay. Thank you so much for your time anyway, though.
We're all working hard to get ahead. That's why we're introducing the new Van City, to build a brighter future for you and for everyone. So join us.
Locally owned and operated, Postings Denture Clinics provides all your denture services. Our in-house lab means you can expect a quick turnaround. Postings Denture Clinics, the smile you deserve. Book your free consultation in Victoria, West Shore, or Sydney.
Welcome to Incredible Home, Victoria's trusted custom closet experts since 1982, where closet design is both science and an art. Serving Victoria to Parksville. Incredible Home. Live life incredibly.
At One Stop Furniture and Mattress, customer service is #1. Relax with our knowledgeable non-commissioned sales staff. We have high-quality, Canadian-made furniture for every room in your home. Living room, dining room, home office, and bedroom, including mattresses and adjustable beds. Unique and customizable. Choice of style, fabric, leather, wood stain, and hardware. Plus, unique accessories for that special finishing touch.
One Stop Furniture and Mattress,
where you're #1.
Has Runso ranked 48th among North American skaters. Meanwhile, defenseman Gio Pantelis of Victoria, who plays for the Brandon Wheat Kings, was ranked 46th by Central Scouting. And forward Noah Kosick of Victoria, who finished the season in Seattle after a trade from Swift Current, is ranked 128th. Well, excitement is building ahead of Canada's next World Cup game on Sunday in Los Angeles, and for the first time ever, Canada has made it to the knockout stage where they will face South Africa.
Give you guys the lineup and the match plan. Do I owe that to all the media? Okay, that'd be good.
Coming off the heels of its group loss against Switzerland Wednesday, Canada's men's team is back on the pitch at UBC. The athletes will face South Africa in the World Cup's first knockout round game.
Look, we're into a knockout stage against a team that is going to be a really difficult opposition, but again, one that we feel, if we play at our best, we can cause them a lot of trouble.
Set to kick off in LA, this knockout round is a FIFA first for both teams. After finishing second in Group B, coach Jesse March says the players are focused on recharge and recovery.
Obviously, we wanted to stay in Canada and play in front of our fans and use all of that energy. But it's also a big mental load on our team. But I do think that going away will give us a little bit more pause and calmness around the experience.
With injuries leaving some players off the field, Marsh is staying tight-lipped about his strategy.
We're missing Ismail, Alfie, and Marcelo, but we're confident, and we're going to go into the game believing in ourselves.
You just mentioned Alfie there. Will he be available at all at any point, you think?
He'll be available against... We'll see.
The winner of Sunday's match will advance to the next group of 16.
And West League baseball tonight. Nanaimo fell 9-2 at Kamloops, and Victoria, big win over Bellingham tonight. You can watch more with Harbor Cats in 30. That's our show. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night.